It's very funny, right? The video title, it is very, very funny. It might sound very funny, but it is very serious. How do I get to name something? 3 business terms that can save your life as a designer. The other day, a friend of mine, a designer friend of mine, was arrested. Yes, he was arrested by the police. He was arrested. Yes, you heard me right. And why was he arrested? Because he was working on a particular project. Okay, and I know some other persons must have had somebody that experienced this, or maybe them themselves, but this was what I experienced first hand. So you have to take this video seriously. Don't worry, I'll tell you more about it when we get to the video. Let us begin. If you are just visiting this channel for the first time, you want to subscribe and hit that notification bell, because these contents are on fire. They are on fire. Okay, let's get back to the funny title. Okay, 3 business terms that can save your life as a designer. Okay, most times people tend to see this design thing as something very casual. Okay, because maybe they work on projects, they're able to finish the project, there are no legal difficulties, maybe because they've not experienced it before, but they don't know that this thing has a lot of legalities surrounding it. Okay, so that's why I titled this video 3 business terms that can save your life as a designer. So going back to my friend that was arrested. No, I won't tell you now. Let me give you these 3 points that can save your life. While I'm listing the points, then I will chip it in. So number 1, clearly define your project scope. The scope of the project you are going to be undertaking. Okay, most people just maybe because they're in a hurry, they've not had the clients for a while, and they just see a project, they just go right into it. Yes, I can do it. Just sending the money, sending the money. I too am guilty of it sometimes, but it is something that is very dangerous. It's something that is very dangerous. Okay, you have to critically look at the project. No matter how eager you are to dive into the project, just pause for a while and try to define the scope of the project. Get your client to tell you the scope. Okay, this is what I'm doing, is surrounding this, because most problems that have been encountered by designers are usually associated with not being able to define the scope of what you're doing. Okay, some clients expect you to do everything. They expect you to do everything, even more. And most times we don't get to tell them, what do you want me to do exactly? What am I going to cover? Because I can't do everything. Some clients will expect you to do copywriting, to do graphics design for them and everything. And at the end of the day, they start telling you that, wow, this text is not nice, it's not well structured, things like that. Meanwhile, you're not to do copywriting, except you have to pay differently for copywriting, except you do both. So most times, define the scope of the project. This is the same not only for designers, but other creatives, photographers, and the rest. Make sure this is clearly defined. And once it's clearly defined, then you get into it. And that's why we do things like we provide forms. Okay, as a business owner, you should have a form. As a designer, you should have a form that you give to clients. Okay, what do you want? They fill it, so it's not open-ended. Okay, you have to at least close it as much as you can. Close it. It can be a questionnaire. Close it as much as you can. Don't leave it too open-ended, because they will expect much from you. Have you ever had a client saying, just do what you want to do? Do just what? That is a trap. That the client is after your life. That is a trap. Like I was saying about my friend that was arrested. He later gave me the work. And while he gave me the work, I was like, okay, what is going on? And he told me that I was arrested because of this job, and I too, I was afraid. What prompted this arrest? What prompted it? What really happened? And he started telling me that he was designing for this lady. Lady gave him a book cover to design for a new book, and designing. The lady was not feeling it, and he did it sent again. I think he did more than once, and she was not still feeling it. And she was like, you have to do something. And she had already paid. You know why he would be wrong? Because the scope was not clearly defined. Okay, I'm not done with this story. Let me go with point 2. Point 2, timeline and deliverables. Okay, you must have a fixed timeline. You must tell your client, okay, I'm going to deliver this within this time frame. Okay, this will take 2 weeks to complete. Maybe the brand identity, this will take a month. Just be specific, because sometimes you might just say, okay, everybody knows I do, or designs take time, or I use 1 month to work. Everybody knows. Then a week time, the client is asking, where's my work? What are you going to say? Did you define it? Did you give the client the timeline? Okay, from now to now, I will send something for you to preview. Like what I do and what I would advise people to do is that if you are working on a logo, maybe especially brand identity, because they usually take more time. So you are done with the logo, or you are done with the first part of the logo. You send to your client halfway. If you are using, let me say, 2 weeks or 3 weeks to do it, depending on how critical it is. Then halfway, you should send something to your client. That should be your timeline. Okay, halfway into this project of maybe a week time, I'm going to send you this and what I have done, and I want you to give me feedback, just like that. And at the end of the day, and you are going to send me those feedbacks. I'm going to work on it again, and this is what I will do. Then you send it to me, and this will be my final edit. Things like this, you should set a timeline. It will save your life. Trust me, it will save your life. So the client does not later start complaining and start saying, okay, we did not agree on this and things like that. You have to make it clear. And secondly, still in point 2, deliverables. Your timeline and deliverables must be clear. This is what I'm delivering to you, especially for brand identity designers. You have to be clear on what you are delivering to your client. Are you delivering only the logo? Are you delivering only the logo? You have to be clear about that, so that at the end, you don't start asking for things that you are not to deliver. They start saying, okay, someone else did, a friend of mine, and delivered this, delivered that. What are you going to deliver? Are you delivering a mock-up, things like that? You have to state them. Are you delivering a brand guideline? Because some projects are so big that you have to include a brand guideline. So what are you delivering? What are the deliverables? You have to be clear on that. If you're into other creative ventures, you can still tell them, okay, what am I delivering to you? Sometimes based on what you are paying, this is what I'll be delivering to you because of this package you are subscribing for. You should be clear. Be as clear as crystal. This is what I'm doing. That will save your life. Okay, that will save your life. So going back to my story, they gave the work to me and asked me to do something because now he was confused. You know that sometimes you just work on a project maybe multiple times and you just lose interest in that project, and no matter how they force you to do something, you can't just get anything out. So sometimes you even question yourself because you've done too much. You don't even know what to do again to please the client. So he got to that point and he just do something so that at least you see something different. So he even refused to show me what he has done because he didn't want me to do the same thing with him. I had to consider. And again, he had to pay me still. Yes, he had to pay me, but it was just a token. It was just a token because it was still going to take my time. So you see why I say it will save your life. Because some work will end up making you spend your own money on it. So it's like that. It will save your life. It will save your life. So he gave it to me, and then I was able to do something. He sent it back to the client, and the client was appeased. Okay, so that's how this thing is. You have to know these business terms. So moving to number 3, the most important one, or maybe one of the most important, or even the most important one, because at the end they have to still pay you, is your payment schedule. Not just your payment and the way it should be scheduled. Okay, I would advise people usually take up to, and Chris do also advise this, and I think it is the best. Take up to 70% at first. Take up to 70% at first. Open your ears. Take up to 70% at first. If you don't want to be stranded at the end of the day, take up to 70% at first. Okay, some people take 50%, but I advise 70%. Most times, I know some people worry that clients, they've not done business with me before, they might not trust me and things like that. But in any way, if somebody comes to you, it means the person trusts you, especially if it's through a referral. The person trusts you. So you must get 70%. Tell them this is how I do my business. 70% upfront. Then I start the work. Then when I'm at the middle of it, I've sent you something and you like, and it's okay, I'm just doing final touch. You send the remaining one before I send you the final copy. Okay? Before I send you the final copy. I've seen some person that they ran away with their work. Yes, I've seen it. That's some people just, why do you just put a big watermark and this thing? If you schedule your payment properly, you will not need a big watermark to cover your payment. When they have paid you 70%, they will know that 70% is there. Okay? This will save your life, save you from stress. I've seen some person that at the end of the day, you get to be begging the client for your money, your own money. So don't put yourself in such condition. Don't put yourself. Sometimes you just get to leave the money for them. Don't put yourself in such condition. Designers, this is like a design business school. This is a premium content you are getting for free. Okay, so those are the 3 business terms that would save your life. Those are 3 plus terms. And let me know your experiences with clients, your ethic experiences with clients that made you almost run mad. Let me know in the comment section, okay? So that's it for today's video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video. Bye.